Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Songs of Six. Today, we are continuing our expansion of the Dwarven Quarter because the thought occurred to me, we're gonna have humongous houses, or humongous forges and workshops and stuff, and that's probably gonna mean that we are gonna need like about a bajillion houses, because like this is 32 residents in this block, right? So all these blocks might serve one of these buildings. Clearly that's not going to be good enough. We're going to want the Dwarven buildings to be sort of, or the Dwarven Quarter to house all the people within it. Which means we're going to have to go a little bit crazy with it. Whoops. Accidentally misclicked there. There we go. So we're going to need about a bajillion houses. Which means the Dwarven Quarter needs to be bigger, right? I think we could probably have like more housing down here. And maybe like another services block sort of down here. The alternative would be like another housing and service block up here. Looks like this strip of land has also been completed, so I might as well just plop these duders down. That's another 36 plus 36 is 72. So that's almost enough for one of these buildings. I don't know what I was building here. Probably some sort of service building. I think it would make sense to have a Dwarven sort of apartment down here. This is a very limited space anyways, and I'm pretty sure we could do a, let's see, a 9 by 27. I'll just measure it out. No, we could do a 9 by 24. That would be perfectly fine by itself. Then I guess we just have like a service building or warehouse down here. Probably could also stands to have this road be a grandstone road, since people seem to be going up and down it. Wait, is this impassable? This is deep water? Oh no. I had no idea. I thought because the water was 1 block wide, that would not be deep water. Well, whatever. Good to know. Could probably set up some of the grandstone roads over here as well. Just to keep the mining operations quick and efficient. There we go. And now we can let time advance. We're running a little bit lowish on food. If I remember correctly, we were going to do like a massive fruit farm over here in this kind of region where it's like slightly more fertile. So I guess I will get started on that. Just use a maxed out brush. And you link up the land. We're going for like 84-ish% fertility, and then we'll like add in, well, 80% fertility. We're gonna add in well spots, right? Alright, I think 24 workers should be good enough. Now we just shrink the building in a couple spots. And hopefully don't ruin the fertility in the process. I mean, we're not gonna. Yeah, look at that. That is glorious. It's like a little udder. Obviously, we're gonna continue. No, we want this territory, right? I can just put one over here. There's the little plus marks, which I think indicates like good fertility. I'm going to slurp a little bit of extra territory to compensate for the lost squares. There we go. Yeah. This will produce 145 fruits every single day, which will surely contribute to our days of food. Because it's about 30 workers, we can just add in a couple houses over here. And another copy of this fruit farm right here. Or even a couple. There we go. The rest of this area is not super great. We could also invest a little bit of science into reducing spoilage. I think I will do that. Just because of all the goods in the game, like food is the most spoily, which, you know, is obvious, like it makes sense, right? So reducing spoilage will mean that a smaller proportion of our fruit ends up rotting each year, which means we'll get more fruit. I think in addition to all this, there's a couple large buildings that I want to produce. It's gonna surprise you, but it is the exact same large buildings we've been producing, i.e. a laboratory and administration building. Not sure where I'm gonna put the next lab. Once we start moving some of the industry out of the Dwarven Quarter, we can maybe co-opt some of the space and restructure it into like a lab, you know, into the buildings that we want, instead of having duplicates everywhere. Could be reasonable. My main thinking is we could probably try to set up Kong again where its population's full and we get more science out of it. I kind of am thinking about maybe taxing some of these provinces for food. Looks like Kodrati's got decent grain. Astair's got decent fruit prospects. Verislig, decent fish. Hartiz has a ton of fruit prospects. By the way, is Hartig loyal yet? No, it still needs to cook. In due time. To do all this taxation and building up of the Cognigan territory, we're just gonna need about infinite administration points. So, and the science, obviously, just to round out our stuff out. So I guess I'll get one of these dudes started. I'm thinking maybe this block over here where the training yards are would be pretty okay. So I will do it. It's going to be absolutely humongous, but we might like make a U-shape sort of deal. Yeah, I think that is fine. And then we could have like a little mini plaza here for the workers when they enter and leave. That'll give them some of their awe that they desire. If I remember correctly, for whatever reason, the administration building does not play nice with pillars for the big stations. So I might as well have rooms like pre-jacked. There we go, a couple rooms like these will be cool. Maybe this whole building could just be rooms like that. That would be pretty awesome. I'll leave a lot of space in the center. Which, I mean, it could be like we put shelves in here. Yeah, you know what? I think I don't dislike this layout. And worst case scenario, if we have too much efficiency, we'll be able to work something out. Alright, I think we'll be able to squeeze in another clerk station in this hallway. And over here too, and we'll still have plenty of extra space. If anything, a little bit too much space, because we're probably going to hit 100% efficiency, like right now. Oh, well, it'd be what it'd be. Most of the space is being used up. It looks kind of like a real building, so I can hardly complain. There we go. I'm gonna try to force everyone to come through this like one entrance, so might mess up the workload, but it will give people the access they want and desire. So I figured it'd be a nice sort of compromise. There we go. Maybe we could plop torch down too. Just be like a tiny couple torches. Alright, well, whatever. There we go. So that's a huge administration building. Constructed. We may or may not want to get like another paper warehouse over here, just to service it. In fact, I think I will do so. It'll be paper, but it'll also hold stuff like fabric, cloth, bolts fabric, furniture, wood, etc., for the homes. Probably going to want that Giga Laboratory that I was talking about earlier, so I'll just get that constructing as well. It's going to be another just massive cube. It's not going to be... Here's the thing. This isn't like the prettiest part of town, it's also like the outskirts, so I don't really care as much. We can do like the same sort of mini plaza thing over here too. Now the lab does play nicely with pillars, so I definitely want to try to set it up where we have the maximal amount of lab space to empty space. Alright, now I just add in a bajillion pillars. See? It's already turning out good. There we go. It's probably my most hideous giant building. But you know what? That is fine. I care not. It's gonna be a little bit of a pain in the ass for people to navigate around. So I am really tempted. I think I will do the outside doors for this one. I know, it's less efficient, but it is what it is. There's not really much of a plaza here anyways. Just gonna... Whoops. I think there's a door over here. Right, yeah. So we don't want to cover that. Well, they're at least going to have good lighting. It's going to be like 60% off. So auto employ, you're going to want like 2 or 3 crates of paper. Then a crate of furniture, of pots, of clothing, of tools. What else do humans like? Wood. Okay. You could get one of clay too. I'm just looking at the other races who are also living here, so some leather would be good for the Tilapis. I'll do some cut stone as well for building purposes. Not that we're going to be doing much building in the top left corner of the map. But there you go. Just gonna set up some external walls as well. Just keep the safety train rolling. We're gonna need, I was gonna say like 200 people. So I will add about 200 humans. It's gonna result in like a little bit of a happiness dip until they actually get around to getting their services. That is fine. Let's see, how are these houses coming along? Oh, they're coming along fantastically. What is a scientist doing living here? Excuse me? Where's my nearest lab? Okay, we might have horrible housing problems after all that are just like starting to show their face a little bit. I guess I'm gonna add in another like block of housing over here. I think I am gonna use that same... There's this layout I had for the Dwarven apartment complexes. Where were they? Here it was. So it was 4 on each side, then 5 and 4 on the inside. I don't know if that'll even fit here. Never mind, it fits perfectly. So 4 on the inside, 5 on the outskirts, 4 on the inskirts. Got it. Then that'll have some room, some sort of building. Excuse me? Oh, I fucked it up. Oh, whoopsie daisy. We're gonna have some sort of service on the inside of the building, probably like a tavern if I had to hazard a guess. That will help solve the housing problem. In fact, I kind of want to build like an identical building, but reversed on the opposite side. Just because we're going to need so many people. So I will do that. So 5 on the outside, 4 on the inside, 4 on this inside. Just max it out on the outside. There we go. Then I guess we just have some minor services block on the left over here. Probably gonna want like another lavatory or something. If I had to hazard guess. Yeah, because this one's at like load 100, which means it is being overused. Oh, part of me wants to like build big with the lavatory too. I think I will do so. I'm gonna start with like this humongous base. It's gonna be totally rounded. I kind of want to be pretty exotic with it. Like having a sort of skinny center. But first things first, we're gonna want some latrines so we can get an idea of what the building is going to look like. I'll expand by 1, even though it makes it a little bit degen, because that will give us... That'll give us another latrine to work with, which will be cool. Yeah, I think I will go for it. If we want to be truly exotic, then it's going to be like a little bit asymmetrical too. Yeah, like this. Looks kind of... It looks like a bean. Okay, maybe not asymmetrical. There we go. That's interesting looking. Then we just like squeeze in as many lavatories as we can. Get some basin action going. Probably gonna want like a pillar over here. It's not gonna be the most efficient design, even though it's gonna be like humongous. But that is fine. You know what, all things considered, that's not that much wasted space. It's fully organic too, which will please the pignoids working here. It's got a lot of ventilation as well. There we go. Hold up, we have a yellow square somewhere? Excuse me? Oh, I see it. What a sneaky little square. There's not really much we can do about it, unfortunately. Not without removing latrines or something. Maybe we could, I could put a basin over here, actually. There we go. That has actually fixed it. I'm a fucking gigabrain genius. There we go. an amazing latrine lavatory that'll cover that whole region just perfectly fine. Wow, they did really quick work with the administration building, not gonna lie. Can I squeeze in torches here? I actually can. That's amazing. It's gonna produce 3.9 thousand admin points, which will be coolio. Absolutely love to see it. We're completely out of paper. Okay, we need to up our imports then considerably. I'll say like 55%. I'm gonna increase the paper storage in this warehouse too. That'll get it where there's enough. I mean, we're still producing a tidy profit. I'm pretty sure our like main area we're losing cash is inflation. So, you know. Plus, once the Dwarven Quarter gets a cooking, we're gonna be absolutely going crazy with it. Oh, speaking of the Dwarven Quarter, they finally finished this pavilion. So that's gonna be a wonderful little block for the dwarves. How's the in this place anyways? It is at 100%. Excuse me, I just realized something. We have no Janders. Can I squeeze a Jander in here? I can squeeze a Jander in here. I don't need walls, because it's going to be well isolated anyways. Just gonna plop it here. And maybe another one right here. There we go. That'll fix that. So we won't have all our shit degrading. So yeah, lighting 100%, 100%. It's a bajillion dudes and they're all spreading the news and there's enough room for people to stand and watch. Guess we're gonna want a similar situation here with the pavilion. This can just be another like plaza because it is for Dwarvenoids. We might even be able to fit in some whatchamacallits, some speaker stands. And that would be pretty awesome. I think I'm gonna cancel these statues and rotate them upwards. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna do the same thing here. Not a fan of this asymmetry here. It's actually killing me a little bit. But whatever. Now we're gonna want some torches. We'll just put one in each corner. I mean, if we dig out some mountain, right, we can make it symmetrical. And that'll be fine. I think I do want to like squeeze in a couple like speakeries over here. Just like in the wall to expand the plaza out. Obviously we're gonna want to dig in this way as well. I kind of think we should put in another, like a few statues over here. Yeah, I'll do tiny ones. And obviously we're gonna want some benches just to make it where the dwarves benefit even more from the around here. So they'll go and bide their time in here. I mean, realistically speaking, I think dwarves are going to be spending plenty of time in this pavilion zone anyways. Just because they will go for the acting thing. We're going to want probably some more housing too over here. Just for the mine workers. We could have some of the housing spill out, like outside of the whatchamacallit, the Dwarven Quarter. I think we're doing 9 by 27. Can I actually get away with that? let's see, 27 by 9. Doesn't really... It touches the corner. That's very not kosher. I'll just remove one apartment. And that'll be that. There we go. Then we subdivide this over here. Don't really have much room over here for housing. Unless we wanted to do like, I don't know, dormitory housing or something. This looks like a perfect little zone. I mean, it doesn't go out to 27, but we could just do like 24 by 9. I think that would be awesome. It'll have to be a little bit in. Yeah, there we go. And then I guess we could just have like a warehouse or something in this little zone right here. Who knows? In fact, I could spread this out just so that we have like an even wider area here that we could put like torches and statues and stuff without fucking up traffic. And that'll be awesome. Dwarves have 100% like enjoyment when mining Scythian, right? Yeah, skill 140, fulfillment 100. Whereas the Garthemes, I mean, I think it's the same thing. Yep, they're just very good miners. I don't really care which person is working. How big is one of these longhouses anyways? Let's see. It's 9 long by 5 wide. Perhaps we could actually put in some dorms after all. Yeah, 9 by 5. 9 by 5. This one we could not do, so it would just be like a tiny dorm building. Then I guess we could just have like a couple small service buildings over here. And here. Could be like a laboratory or something for the workers. Or even just like a spot for a well. How is Hartiz? Hartiz is maxed. Means it's time to continue to expand. Guess I'll start with Priekt. Priekt's got very, very good fish and clay prospects, so that will be nice. Guess I'm just gonna sit here and watch. Guess I will wait. It's kind of wacky. You can't like attack the opponent's garrison because I guess they didn't want to like generate like towns or whatever. It is what it is. Let's see. There's something else I was gonna do. Oh yeah, I guess we could get the Scythian mine up and running right now. So we have... Well, it doesn't look like we have empty homes. I see some fishermen living in this area. Excuse me. I think maybe that means we need to add in some homes. I guess down here. It's unacceptable to have like farmers and shit living in the Dwarven Quarter. We're gonna need to start mining the Scythian just so that we can start building a temple to Othor so we can get some cantors, in my opinion. So we might as well. We do not even have the technology, excuse me. A boom, it has been done. So if we work, mine, Scythian mine. It doesn't have to be the biggest building. Because the deposits here are extremely sparse. We are going to need storage and auxiliaries, so I guess I will subsume. What? These are ore deposits up here? That's so disrespectful. So I will subsume a little bit more of this territory. Just gonna... These are all dog shit deposits over here, so I don't mind building auxiliaries over them. Alright, efficiency 67%. Now, on second thought, I will build this building partially outdoors. If the dwarves want to work here, you know, they're gonna have to deal. Wait, they already gave up? Obviously, we're gonna incorporate them into my realm. I'll get to them in a sec once I have completed my building here. Kind of want to remove this auxiliary over here, just so that I don't accidentally I haven't accidentally built over any good deposits. Then we're gonna want massive storage. Amazing. So now, Preact. I guess the greater ratio of your dudes to the enemy garrison, the more quickly you actually get them under heal. Alright, I think we should be goodish. Entertainment is -5 production. Each of these is plus... I don't know. Well, look, we don't care if this group or this country produces that much quite yet. We'll fix that shit later. Wow, Preak's actually got a Cantor and a Super Buganoid living in it. Whoa, Preak's so long. Are you serious? It goes all the way up here and touches Isla's territory. Hopefully these dudes don't attack, because I'm pretty sure they've got some pretty scary armies. Yeah, this one's got 800 soldiers and this one's got 2,651 soldiers. It wouldn't matter how good my tactics are, because I imagine the morale will just cause my soldiers to instantly give up. Well, whatever. We can just let some time advance. What's Hartis's? Hartis's resting loyalty is gonna be 85%. It's fucking highly rude. There we go. 106%. Love to see it. Have 2.6 thousand admin points, by the way. Think I will follow through on some of that building up of Kong again. The easiest one is I want to build up the sanitation. So I'm going to invest a few points in that. It's going to increase my taxes because it's going to increase the amount of people living in town, which will be awesome. Looks like my infrastructure is pretty much close to max as well. We can let it lay fallow for now. Oh no, a ration maker has had an accident. It's extremely not good. Need to throw out that whole shipment of rations. Hate to see it. You have -13 odd jobbers. What happened to my odd jobbers? I guess they're all just working in the labs. I'll add in a bunch more humans and upgrade this lab twice, so that it gives us all the science we could want or need. It's just gonna produce an insane amount. I'm gonna add in some Kratonians just to grease the wheels, get some more building odd jobbers. We're probably gonna need a bunch of dwarves too. Because why not? We've gotten the first building complete. I said last time I was gonna have this be a tailor. I feel like that is dumb. I'm not gonna lie. Because the thought occurred to me, I could just have it be a toolsmith, right? And I think this little zone here will be a mechanisms person, mechanisms workshop. That way, they all use metal, they all use coal. So it'll all draw from the one warehouse down here. Which I think makes sense. The Dwarfinoids are getting a little bit pissed off. Probably because, yeah, their access to services and stuff has been a little fucked. You know, we could make like a grand dwarven crypt outside of the fort. It's a little bit not very dwarfy, but it would save us some mining. Maybe that would be a little bit silly, but if we got like a massive crypt, that would help please the dwarves, because currently their crypt access is a little bit not so great. What else do dwarves need? So, healthcare, native spots, stages, arenas, lavatories, baths, wells, taverns. Do we not have a lavatory in this zone? That seems pretty not great. You know what? The skinny, like, shitty zone, that can be a lavatory. I think that makes sense to me. Civics, health, lavatory. Just plop this bad boy down here. Don't really need walls over here. Doesn't really matter though, because the ceiling command doesn't build anything when underground. Alright, let's start out with just building like a whole tube over here. Can we get enough base in action if we do this? Yeah, we can, just barely. Alright, then that's about as efficient of a use of space as you could expect, to be honest. I'm sending it. So that'll be that building. That service for the Dwarvenoids. Probably could use like a grand tavern or something somewhere nearby. I guess it could be right here. I am thinking about having that services block underneath the giant building quarter after all. But I mean, I don't know. It would make sense to have a tavern over here. I think I will do so. Because we already have an eatery, so that need is going to be mostly met. Oh, you know what? Here's why I want walls, because it won't do the mountain fill command if I don't have them. We should probably start with tables and then figure out the pillars afterwards. I think it's looking pretty simple. We just have the pillars in between the tables over here. Nothing is quite that simple. Okay, well, what if I put a wall here? Would that do it? Don't think that would do it. Oh no. This is like the worst layout ever. Absolutely not. Okay, new plan. That thing we did for the other place. We could probably do something like that. Like we have a big old table on each side. Then we have shorter tables in the center and we put the pillars around the table. There we go. Yep, and because it's shorter, it therefore gives access to all that stuff. It'll be maybe slightly less space efficient than if we could just have like the biggest tables ever, but we can't. Not without expanding the building, so you know. Wow, we're already at 94% coziness. I don't think we're gonna need to build any knickknacks. We can just carpet up, and we're already done. What a wonderful tavern. Just a giant cube. Just how the dwarves like it. Just how I like it, to be honest. Oh, just a few more jobs and we'll be able to get this warehouse complete too. Come on, give me the mining. I don't want to start on the smithy until the actual, like, warehouse is done, you know? I think that would be foolishness. Looks like the Sicilian mine is almost done. I do think the Grand Temple to Athor should be outside of the mountain. We could maybe put the deuter like in this corner too. In theory. I'm not quite certain. I guess I would have to like measure out the max dimensions for building first. Please just fucking mine this place. Kai Fortuna. I believe in you. I believe in you. Please mine the stone. He has done it. I did not believe in him. I am surprised. Pleasantly so. So this is... I feel like this is too big for a warehouse. So I'm going to do something slightly radical. And I'm going to have an internal block next to the warehouse. That will have my... I'm going to have it have like a well, I think. So that way I'll be able to service that sort of need. I can't help but feel that this layout is somehow super duper inefficient. Never mind, I'm a god. I'll make it one block smaller just so people can like walk around easily. There we go, 14,000 storage. Probably could be much better, but at the very least it's incredibly walkable. Then we put another well over here, another hearth over here, I guess. It's a very tiny hearth. And I guess it'll be like a nano plaza. Well, there'll be some lighting. Can just put the... Oh, amazing. I'll put the sucker right here in the corner. I noticed it actually has like directional lighting, which is pretty crazy. I didn't think that was a thing, or would be a thing in the game. I mean, it makes sense. Actually got some portobellos over here. Amazing. I feel like we're not importing enough of them. Speaking of imports, I can't help but notice we're starting to lose out on a fuck ton of cashola. I mean, we have a lot of time to fix it. So we probably can kick the can down the road until after this sort of industrial sector has been completed. Wait, what? Hello, friend, we are a band of noble people. Send us 1,000,000 denarii. You have 100% training, 100% equipment, 1,000 soldiers. Oh. Okay, I think on that note, we can end the episode here. Holy fuck. That is gonna be, like, we don't have 1,000 soldiers, even when you include the garrison, right? Which, by the way, need to plop one of those down right now. Does this have a garrison? It does have a garrison. We have 800 soldiers, so we might be able to get away with it. Fighting them with our current numbers, but it's definitely not going to be the greatest. As long as we get our flanks in, I'm not going to be like hyper concerned, but I'm a little bit concerned, I'm not going to lie. We'll just have to take measures. We'll have to increase our soldier count, but that'll have to be a tale for another time. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And I hope to see you next time for more Songs of Six. Goodbye!